while Poussin sits in the lap of her spouse, inside the warm studio atop the courtyard tower. She pauses for a moment to observe the TV monitor attached to the crumbling bricks that make up the courtyard's antiquated wall, and the two decomposing corpses displayed on the screen, overlooking the courtyard's naked yew trees that still absorb nutrients from their nightly moonbeams, an orchard planted in 1963. Reaching up through the tiny patches of narrow earth squeezed between the breaks in the ancient asphalt, neighboring between dozens of barren flower boxes that once drank from the well whose crank and bucket lie broken. A deep pit now opened in the courtyard's midst, streams of smoke rising like bad breath from its mouth. That curlicue in the shadows of night, and morph into a lamb with two horns that speaks like a dragon, deceiving the world with its mighty signs and wonders, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause, that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Poussin then watches Dr. Pastor Haywood Stubble, leaning on his elbows locked on the pulpit, his head cocked toward the gold idol of Charles Scott Smirnoff, the statue speaking, still attempting to break the stiff knees of saints, for them to bend and pledge their allegiance to it, and enter the jab station directly next to it. When ye, therefore, shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. She smirks, while a small part of her yet envies the long, diverse, equitable, and inclusive line. Who has read, who has understood what the cross and resurrection of Christ both mean. Each, therefore, overcoming Smirnoff, the beast, his image, and the mark of his name, with the blood of the Lamb, the word of their testimony, and by not having loved their lives unto death, their skeletal remains ready to graduate on stage, the stout guillotine grasping their degree. As another saint's commencement speech begins, Malwar fumbles with the guillotine cord. I see, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that have gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, 666, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God.